Today, we're going to talk about how walking with duck feet can impact your upper back kyphosis. How is this even related to each other? Well, there is something called the gait cycle. The gait cycle is really the term that we use to talk about how you walk. Hey everyone, it's Zina Dalla, your verticline posture and ergonomic specialist. And if you walk with duck feet, which is technically called externally rotated femurs and feet, it can actually have a significant impact in what's happening in the muscles and the rest of your body. So I want you to watch this video right now that I'm demonstrating a duck-footed walk. And then I want you to watch how we really should be walking. Well, how we really should be walking is where we plant our heel down when we bring our leg in front of us, roll through our feet, and allow the leg behind us to extend. When we walk properly in the proper gait cycle, then the muscles that we're using when we walk are your calves, your glutes, your hamstrings, your hip muscles. But when we walk in a duck-footed position, we tend to waddle, we don't get that muscle activation in the back of the leg, and we tend to compensate by using muscles in our spine. Those muscles end up having to carry the load of the muscles that are not working when we walk in that duck foot position. So there have been plenty of clients that I have found where their kyphosis and their stuck upper back and stuck tight spinal muscles are coming from the inability for them to actually walk in a proper gait cycle. So how do we fix this? Two ways. One, creating an awareness around it, where you start to think a little bit more about walking with our toes facing forward and rolling through the foot. However, it's impossible to think about this 24/7, so we're also going to give you exercises. Today, I'm going to give you 3 exercises to help get you out of the duck feet position, activate the muscles that we need to do to get you walking properly, to hopefully eventually impact your spinal tightness, your spinal muscles, and your kyphotic posture. Okay, the first of the 3 exercises we're going to highlight today is called wall drop. It is a calf stretch exercise. We hold it for 3 to 5 minutes. You're going to use a slant board if you have one. If you don't have a slant board, you're going to take a cutting board. You're going to place the edge of the cutting board against the wall and put a yoga block or a couple books at the front of the cutting board to give it an angle. Now, we're going to stand on the calf stretcher or the slant board here with our heels against the wall. And the number one most important piece of this particular stretch is going to be that your feet are exactly parallel. Your natural inclination is that your feet are going to want to turn out. It's probably going to be a little bit tight, all right? Look down at your feet, make sure they're in parallel position. Again, your heels are against the wall, both butt cheeks against the wall. Your scapula tips, your shoulder blades will be touching the wall, and then your head will be touching the wall if it's comfortable. If you have to strain to get your head against the wall, then don't worry about it. Allow your head to float on top of the body. Your arms are down by your sides, and you're going to relax and breathe in this position for 3 to 5 minutes. Your second exercise is called knee pillow squeezes in a sitting position. You're going to make sure that your knees are directly in front of your hips. You're sitting up tall. You want to have a neutral position in your pelvis, which means you're going to have a little bit of an arch in your lower back. Your shoulders are directly above your hips. You're going to place a yoga block between your knees here. And again, make sure your feet are facing directly forward in parallel position. I like to take my palms face up in my lap. It helps to open out my shoulders here. And then I'm just going to simply squeeze into the pillow and release. Squeeze into the pillow and release. You're going to do this for 20 repetitions. Take a rest. 20 repetitions. Take a rest. And then 20 repetitions. So 3 sets of 20 repetitions. Make sure that when you're squeezing that you don't elevate your shoulders or that you don't round or arch your lower back. You're going to keep everything still as you squeeze and release. The final exercise in this series is going to be in a similar position you were just in the previous exercise. You're going to have the yoga block between your knees, toes facing forward. You can take those palms face up in your lap. Now what we're going to do is lift our knees up. We're going to bend through that joint where your toes meet your foot. Okay, where your foot, your bones, and your toe bones are meet there. You're going to lift up, and then you're going to lower those heels down, and now lift the toes off the floor. And you're going to go back and forth. This is called rocking chair. Okay, back and forth from the heel lift to the toe lift. Now watch a couple things here. We're not actually just lifting the toes. We're lifting the whole foot off the ground. So as we go back and forth here, you'll see the whole foot lift off the ground, and then you'll see the heels lift off the ground. The other thing is I want you to think about using these hip flexor muscles, have them assist you as you do this movement, okay, back and forth. Another thing to be wary of is that when you're doing this, that you're not splaying your ankles or splaying your feet, that you're really working in that parallel position. All right, so give those 3 exercises a try. Message me, ping me, let me know how it goes. Let me know if you have any questions. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.